Italians eat gelato?
We're two Italian sisters living in Italy, and we're going to teach you everything there is to know about how Italians eat, drink, and enjoy life. No filters.
Let me get comfortable because
Oh
this is
gosh,
my topic.
This is your topic. Do we have a magazine you can read?
No, the first thing I just really want to point out, because it hurts me when I walk around. We live in Rome, so when I walk around and I see all these non-Italians getting really excited over things that I would never ever go into. So why?
Why is the question?
Now this is very important. Gelato in Italian just means ice cream. Call it ice cream.
It's no gelato. No, gelato equals ice cream.
It does not
Full stop.
talk about its quality.
No.
It does not talk about the quality of the gelato. That is what I really want you guys to understand. It simply means ice cream.
E basta. That's it.
Gelo means frozen. Gelato is frozen cream.
Freezing.
That's what it means. So do not stop and think, that's gelato. I'm gonna have like the best experience. I'm not saying it necessarily has to be not very good.
She's being so much. She's controlling herself.
My
I can see the veins on her neck.
I'm gonna be very honest. Let me be very honest. Okay. So I would say this is like gonna be a monologue. If you want to like,
Can I go to something for a walk?
no, because for me, gelato is such a special moment, and I'm a trained pastry chef, and so I know how things should be done, and it just hurts me when I see people traveling all the way to Italy with all their expectations, spending all the money they have to spend, and then leaving with an experience that is not wow. Okay? So, what not to look for when you walk by an ice cream shop?
I know those. Can I say?
Benny, please.
No. Because today we were walking around a beautiful, very, very touristy spot, and the gelato places in the surroundings just made our heart cry. It was just, we just wanted to go in there and say, no. Anyways, so what not to look for, just walk by, smile, and leave. So gelato has to be flat. Stay away from those places that have mountains on top, ton of gelato in each little container. No, do not do that. Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's
Why
gelato, because it's ice cream. I can't. You say it.
Well,
please.
because you have to think that when you're making gelato, okay, and you're starting from scratch, you're going to be buying ingredients that are also very expensive. So imagine you're getting hazelnuts, you're getting pistachios or chocolate. You're not going to be making mountains. You're going to be making smaller batches, and they are not airy inside. Those fluffy ones, what are they? Basically, what are you actually having? They buy bags of flavor of pre-made stuff, they add the liquids, and then they turn into this airy, because airy takes up space. So you're gonna have this airy and fluffy thing, but basically there is no quality. They never start from scratch. That's why you shouldn't have it. When you see these things, to hold that, imagine how many non-natural things they contain to hold and to stay that shape, and
it's gelato. It cannot stay up by itself. I mean, you've all had ice cream. It immediately starts melting when it's out, so it cannot stay up by itself. So first rule, stay away from those places that have mountains of gelato.
Okay, what would be the second?
The second rule, look at the color of the ingredients. Thank you. Now, what color is pistachio? It's not going to be emerald green. It's brownish. It's very pale greenish. Then, what color would you think strawberry is? It's not bright red. And a trick question. Yes.
What color is banana?
What color is banana?
Go answer. What color is banana?
Now, if you said yellow, you do not eat the peel of the banana. You eat the inside. And the inside is that whitish gray, sort of ugly looking thing. Yeah. So then if you have a banana ice cream that's that color, then you go for it. If it's yellow, question
So,
yourself.
Look, piles of gelato, no. If it's bright, colorful, no.
Yes.
Okay?
The third one is a little bit difficult.
It is difficult if
It
we're
is
thinking
difficult.
the same
Yes,
thing.
we are thinking the same thing.
Okay.
But let's just tell them because
Yeah.
they might. You eat what is in season. So if you walk into a gelateria and you see in January, you see peaches and apricots and melon, they don't grow in those in that time of the year, and so you know that it's not the real stuff.
Yes, the gelaterias that I go to, which imagine in all of Rome, five. Yes, they're five.
She always says the doctor did not order me to have a gelato. If I have to have a gelato, I have a good one, and she's right.
Because it just really upsets me, and so I would rather just skip the experience. And so knowing what is in season, my favorite gelaterias actually, they tell you, oh, this is peach season, or this is strawberry season, this is fig season, and so figs, which is like 1 month a year.
Yeah.
And so for me, that is huge value because you're basically eating the frozen fruit, and it's incredible because you have to understand what I always try to explain is that when you go, the places that I go to are very small. Okay, they're not huge, they are small. And another thing that you should look for is they should have their little lab inside.
Yes.
Inside the gelateria, because usually sometimes they have more than one location, so they may have a centralized one. But usually the small ones have the kitchen at the back, and if they are very transparent about everything they do, they will just have a glass window and you can look and see what the ingredients. One of our favorite places is so obsessed with quality that he uses bottled water that comes from the north of Italy, from the Dolomites. You have to imagine these people, they're entrepreneurs, you know, so they want to use the ingredients wisely. They're not going to be over making things. They would rather make more batches throughout the week.
See, maybe throughout the day. And another little thing that I always pay attention to because it's an ingredient that I love and it has nothing to do with gelato. But gelato, certain types of gelato, I always add whipping cream to it, panna. And there is whipping cream, and most of these places they make the whipping cream. It's organic whipping cream that they make by hand, and when that batch is finished, they remake it, and it's without sugar, and it's good.
Yeah.
And this is a little secret tip. This is a little thing that you need to know if you come here and you love gelato. Ask for Doppia Panna, which means double cream, but this only applies if you have a cone. They will put the cream inside the cone, then you put your gelato, and then you put more whipping cream on top, and that is...
That's a great tip.
What other tip? I'm an expert of vanilla beans.
Please, let me get a little comfortable. Yes, vanilla beans. Did you know that a vanilla pod has little dots? That is very important. For me, there are some things that I just look at and I know, and this is probably the one that for me is a guarantee. If you look at vanilla, okay, they should have tiny little spots in it, okay? Because a vanilla pod is very expensive. The ones who want to just make money as you enjoy your ice cream, they're just going to be using artificial chemical things. They're not going to go and get the real one, cut it in half, scrape out the seeds, and it takes a lot of love to do what the real gelaterias do.
Love, that's true.
It's love.
It's love. It's love and respect towards
I was
the
going to
people.
get to that. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No. because that's what really lights me up. Is this? Listen close. Listen close.
I'll be get comfortable now.
No, you know what? It's not about the flavor of the food. First of all, for me, it's respect. If I decide to open a gelateria, an ice cream shop, I need to have respect for my job. So I need to know exactly what I'm doing. I want to get the best ingredients. I want to make the best that I can with what I have. And so that your experience can be great. That's how I think everybody should be.
Exactly.
A lot of people just care about making as much money. So, I'll use really cheap ingredients. I'm not even going to buy most of them because I'm getting a bag, mixing some whatever.
But the place is going to look really cool, and so you think it's really good gelato, but it's not.
Wait, let me finish this. Then I have another thing to add. And this, so the first one is respect towards your job, towards your ingredients, and then it's towards the customers. Because a lot of people, when you travel to a different country, you ignore what is common sense to the locals. Yeah. And so that's why I get really upset, because I find it a lack of respect. This is a little parentheses because I get really upset when I see these things, because we want you guys to go back home and saying, oh my gosh,
I had the best gelato. Because you come here, you travel across the world, you come here to have gelato, and then and so that's so important. I mean, for us, that's so important.
And before we recap, because I think we said so many things, let's just recap what to look for and what not to look for, is also how many flavors are there.
Yes.
Okay? Because again, you're an entrepreneur. You're not going to make 15 different types of chocolates and 3,000 different types of other things. You're buying the ingredient from scratch. So if you go in a place that offers like 1,000 flavors, 50 flavors, it's not.
You should enter, look, smile, and leave. Because however it's culture, so it's amazing to see what things, what is out there is surprisingly disturbing.
It is. It is.
And
unfortunately, to be honest, there are very few gelaterias that make gelato the proper way. So to recap, you should not go in and buy ice cream if you find these mountains. You should not go in and buy ice cream when you have an endless amount of flavors. If you know what grows in season, you should not go when you have fruits. The fruits are your focus that are outside of the season. And
color.
And the color. You do not want to get bright things. So what do you...
You forgot the vanilla beans.
No, I told you what not to do. Why don't you say what you have to get?
What you have to get, what you should really pay attention to, so you're looking for gelato that is flat. The containers should be flat. Then you want real colors, and then vanilla beans.
Yeah.
Go look at the vanilla and see the little polka dots inside. What?
Something you can do, we Italians do it all the time, is it's okay if you can say, can I taste that flavor? If you're curious, rather than putting it on your ice cream, and you say, posso assaggiare that flavor, posso assaggiare quel cioccolato. Obviously you're not going to eat, you just choose one.
Yeah.
But at least, and they will get a little clean spoon and have you try it. And you can say, no, thank you. Which is okay. If not, what's the purpose of trying? So you see, that's another thing that we do.
Have you said everything you had to say?
Yes. And when gelato, you can have it all times of the day.
Of course.
But you know how we have it during the summer? We have it as a meal. It's hot and you're outside and you don't want something, too heavy. So go for a big gelato. 3
scoops. Panna,
and you are set until dinner. So gelato is also, it's very
if it's done correctly, because it's packed, it's full of nutrients, it's good.
Yes, because that's why.
I knew you forgot something.
Because imagine in summer you're eating the fruit and then obviously a little bit of chocolate or something else, but you're actually eating the frozen natural ingredients. And so it's a healthy, it's not fattening. Fattening is probably those artificial, airy, fluffy, industrial things.
Fattening and unhealthy.
And unhealthy.
So you're welcome. Vale, thank you so much for this beautiful lesson on gelato. Because as local Italians, we are here every day. We're in Rome, so you can imagine Rome is very, very busy, and our eyes have seen things that
hurt our heart.
Exactly.
So if you guys have questions and you want us to ask us anything, please do, because we're here to share what it is like to really live the Italian lifestyle.